Alright guys, to watch this video for Monday, December 18th, quickly going to slide my webpage over here, greatstockpicks.com, that's greatstockpicks with an X, and show you a couple things. One, click on trading course when you get a chance. If you haven't taken our trading course, it is absolutely taking traders who were all over the map and could never quite be consistent and giving them everything they need to be consistently profitable. Read on that page, go down and read the testimonials you see. I mean, actually getting people to log in every morning knowing that they're not going to blow up their account and knowing exactly what they're going to look for and how to trade it. So if you scroll down here, put your email address in, click submit, it'll get you on our list. So you get these videos in your inbox every night, the watch list videos, that is, and anytime we run a special or anything like that, you'll also get a link to that in the email. So take some time there and browse around if you want. The SPY closing green, it's still just basically sitting at all-time highs. So here's, anytime I have that, I just say, well, I'm going to go ahead and build a watch list for the next day. The only thing I look for basically is any kind of anomalies on the overall market, which would then maybe give me caution and say, hey, we got to start looking for different kinds of setups. But with the market being strong, this is what I'm looking at on Monday. PYDS had a couple trades in this intraday on Friday. It ended up closing weaker than I'd hoped, but this is still one to watch. A big spike here, couple day pullback, then another big spike. So we're going to watch this one on Monday for maybe a red to green, something like that. It's definitely showing some strength. EGLT, massive volume. I told everybody in chat when this was trading like 6 million shares, I said this is going to have a massive volume day by the end of the day, and I said if it closes strong, could be a gapper. Well, it didn't. It ended up not closing strong, closing at 122, still above the open, but absolutely one to watch because you had this spike back here. You had about a month-long battle, and now it's trying to resolve to the upside. So absolutely one to watch. They did have good news on Friday. SSC. I hate people in my chat room are going to laugh because I absolutely hate this stock. It's a terrible trader, and then on Friday it just went crazy from 320 to 533, but closing well off its highs. Hate to say it, but I'm going to watch it all week. LFIN. Man, this thing's crazy. It actually came public, I guess, a few sessions ago. Did next to nothing, and then they threw that crypto Bitcoin stuff into a headline, and it went nuts. I actually called this long in chat at 995 with a stop at 950. It hit 995 and never looked back, so it didn't come close to stopping out. I would be more proud of this, if I rode it all the way up. I suspected this thing might squeeze a bit, but not like this. Anyway, massive move, obviously way ahead of itself, but that's another one you need to watch literally for the next couple weeks because there's probably going to be some nice setups. When the volume dies down in this thing, though, it's going to be what I call stupid spready. And it actually was very spready for a stock with this kind of volume on Friday. So you want to be careful with it. If you find a trade setup, trade it smaller. But I am going to watch this one all week because of that crazy move. OHAI, nice volume on Friday. Closing well off its highs, but closing above its open. So maybe a red to green in that one. OHGI had this massive move on Thursday and then gave back a pretty good chunk of that on Friday. But sometimes we get a third day play right back up, so we're going to watch that one. IMUC had good news on Thursday, gapped up, but put in 2 red days. It's back down to the 20-day now. I kind of like this as a turn back up on Monday. We'll see. Only with the proper intraday setup. Keep in mind, and I'll bring this back over again, keep in mind if you watch this video, and I just did it to highlight that I'm consistently profitable, not trying to brag or anything, but keep in mind when you watch that video that those results are done without ever holding overnight. All right, so I know there's services out there that will say, hey, buy this, and then if it goes down, the moderator will buy 10,000 more and then 20,000 more if it keeps falling and keep holding overnight until the averaging down pays off when you get a spike. Everything I've done is without an overnight hold. So if nothing else, I sleep pretty good that way. I hate to say it, but still no red days for all of November and all of December so far. I always feel like I'm jinxing myself, setting myself up for a red day. But anyway, very proud of the trading that I do, because there are no overnight holds and thus no danger from overnight bad news in anything I'm holding. Okay, so ELTK, kind of a weird chart, but it went from 338 in I guess a session and a half to 582, and now you're 2 days lower, back down into the threes, declining volume. It's actually a fairly decent setup for a turn back up on Monday, but a weird looking chart if you ask me. YTEN had this massive pop. Now we're what, 4 days lower into that buy zone we talk about between the 8 and the 20 day. Pretty good setup for a turn back up on Monday. Couple more. PTI had the gap up, and then now 1, 2, 3 lower highs, but closing pretty much at its highs and the whole number on Friday. I'm going to look for a continuation of that kind of green candle there on Monday. And then lastly, I've got SRAX, which is really in a choppy formation here, but had a really nice move back here and found some. And if you look at it on an intraday, look at the massive volume there on this spike. And you can see how nasty this thing can be. Pulled back, went back up, and then, rug pull, but then closing kind of strong. Definitely want to watch this one. That anytime you get intraday volume and a massive move like this, it's actually easier to see on 5-minute candles. I mean, that is a pretty nice move, right? From 520-ish to over 610, probably in about a half hour's time. So that one goes on watch. We'll add some gappers in the morning as well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to leave it at that. We'll see everybody on Monday.